Hello. Alrighty, I know it's been a couple weeks. I'm trying to adjust here. I cannot get my tripod thing to work, so I'm holding it. So I hope that's okay. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've actually gone live, but I just want you to know you can see my drawing in the background. Oh, and my cup and lotion. I put on lotion before I started, and my cup of water just in case I get thirsty. But here, let me move my lotion while we're waiting to get started. I did that painting, by the way. Look at that. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, does that look okay? Can you see my double chin? Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so today we are going to start with the book of Esther. I realized that in my last series, I didn't know if anybody actually... I shouldn't have just assumed that everybody's read the book of Esther, and that was a little mishap on my part, and I apologize for that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start from the beginning this week. It is a new month, a new week. Spring is here. I'm wearing my spring dress today. It's kind of Hawaiian flower print, so it makes me feel pretty and it makes me think of summertime. So I'm totally excited for that. So anyways, I took a shower and my hair's... I'm not the best French braider, but I like to French braid my hair when it's wet. And then this is just a little extra tip that has nothing to do with Esther at all. I have like these little wispies that never sit down. But if you have long hair or whatever and it takes forever to blow dry your hair, when the weather's nice and sunny and stuff, and I have somewhere that I want my hair to look nice for, like the next day, what I'll do is I'll wash my hair and then I'll French braid it, and I'll leave it, French braid it wet, and then I'll leave it wet and let it dry overnight. Because it takes me about, like, my hair's really long. I'm going to get it cut. My birthday's this month too, and I'm going to get it cut. It's in a French braid now, but like if my hair is fully down, it almost touches my butt. So I'm going to get it cut at the end of this month though for my birthday. But anyways, so then when it's dry and I take my hair out and take it out of the French braid, it's all curly. So you probably may know that, but if you have really long hair and it takes you more than 20 minutes to blow dry your hair, I highly recommend that. So anyways, okay, so we're going to get started now. Oh, sorry. Okay, once again, I got a tripod, but I can't get it to stand up. So probably buying a cheap tripod isn't probably the best thing to do either. So, but anyways, okay, so we're going to start. Here's my Bible. And for my birthday, I'm totally going to get a new Bible also because obviously you can tell, look, I don't have a bind on it anymore. I'll just have you look at it real quick. Like, look, this is my book of Esther. Can you see that? Ooh. I don't know. There we go. Okay, you can also see my tummy. But as you can see, I have the whole thing highlighted, but there's also marks from where the twins, where my twins had colored on it. Okay, that was probably too big of a close-up. So anyways, okay, so today is day one of the new series that we're going to start. So what I want to do is we're going to talk about Queen Vashti. Okay, and I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce it or not. Okay, so this is the part where I feel that you have to read beyond the lines a lot of time in the Bible, and I think it has a lot to do with, like, the Bible, you can read the Bible word for word, okay, and just interpret it really the way you want, okay? And there's really no way around that except for to interpret it the way that you feel, because everyone has their own unique experiences. There are some common threads that everybody agrees with and that they live by, which is why the Bible has lasted as long as it had, in Old Testament and New Testament, because as a society we fully believe in this Bible and the way things are in this Bible. However, I think if you, like, I read the book of Esther, like, probably, I don't know what year, I want to say 2000, that's been 2009, 2010, when the first time I was introduced to the Beth Moore book of Esther. And I'm sorry, but I cannot. It's like stepping, shoot. I'm not even going to pretend to remember what it is. I can see the cover. It's green and it's got chess pieces for the Queen of Esther. So if you want to start there, I recommend that. I love Beth Moore and I think she's fabulous. So Anyway, so yeah, it was 2009 or 2010 when I first started reading the Book of Esther. I hadn't, even though of course I knew generally the story, seeing the VeggieTales version. Um, I don't know what year that came out either. Could have been, I think that was right around the same time. Um, but they, but anyways, so, but since then, that's been, oh my gosh, it's been 8 years now since, and I've read that book probably 100 times since then. And I'm not joking either. Like, I just love it. And it really started to speak to me about how to live my life. And I started a couple years ago, 5, 6 years ago now, really implementing how to live my life. Because I've been there. I've had that heart desire and that hunger to have more and be more, and I'm not living the life of my dreams, and I didn't know exactly how to get to the level of my life of my dreams. So that's when I started really thinking, okay, if this is how I mean, there's not very many women mentioned in the Bible. So women, pay attention to the women in the Bible, because they're in the Bible because they're extremely important, okay? Because men did not view women as important at all. However, God sees women as extremely important, vital part of our life, of our society, and that we are destined and designed to become the queen of our own lives and our own kingdoms. Every single one of you can be the queen of your kingdom. And, because we have Queen Esther, who literally saved all of the Jews, and then therefore went on for Mary to go and have the Son of Man, the Son of God. Sorry about that. Son of God. I mean, literally, how important do you have to be the mother of God? Okay, so women are important. So anyways, okay, so let's get on topic now. Okay. And I know I realize I'm not looking at the screen. There's a window right there, and it's so beautiful outside. And I apologize that I'm looking outside and not looking at the camera. So anyways, we're going to talk about Queen Vashti. So my point, okay, I talk a lot, and if I'm talking too fast, I apologize. But I do tend to get off tangent sometimes. But my point of telling you that women are important and what I went through is, yes, I have read the Book of Esther at least 100 times. Not joking. Okay? I'll start counting from now on, I think. If I look down, you can see my double chin. Okay. So after reading the Book of Esther 100 times, trying to get back on track here, there's one thing in the Book of Esther that people agree on. Okay, so I believe that the Queen of Esther no longer wanted to be, okay, like she literally spent 6 months watching her husband waste a ton of money, just go on and party like it's a frat house, having constant people coming in and out of the palace all the time. Like, this has been going on for 6 months, okay? And then he's having this big party, big frat party. That's what it is, okay? So she's having her little party, and then her husband's having a big party. I think she was done. Like, seriously, she was done. She was sick of all the guys being drunk, all the guys just doing whatever they want to do. So in my mind, I feel, okay, number one, she was not going to be killed. Like, I think she knew that. She was not going to be killed, but she was going to be sent away and never be brought into the king's presence again. Okay, so she knew that. If she still wanted to be queen, she would have got her ass up there. Sorry to use the word ass. She would have got her naked booty up to where the king was and done what he had wanted, if she still wanted to be queen. She didn't want to be queen anymore, and she was just done. And she knew she wasn't going to be killed, because obviously they had some kind of relationship where she knew full-heartedly that her husband would not kill her. Banish her, and she was okay with that. Okay? That's one of the things that I think 99% of all theologians believe, is that it does say in the Bible that the king wanted her to come only wearing her crown, which meant like only her crown. The king wanted her to come naked in front of all of her men. Now, all these men are drunk, okay? They're all drunk. Now, would you want to go and expose yourself and become and have whatever done to you after they've been drinking for an entire 6 months? Really? So she didn't. She was done. She didn't want to do that. She just was done. She wanted to live her life that she had felt inside of her heart. And so, and number one, also, parading yourself in front of men naked while they're drunk is not God's plan, okay? That is a sin, okay? That's causing other men to sin and think lustful thoughts about you. That's not being disobedient to your husband. In her mind and in earthly minds, all the men thought, yes, that she was being disobedient of her husband. And a lot of theologians will also argue that this is an example of women are supposed to be submissive to their husbands. But God, no matter who your husband is, God does not want you to sin. He does not want you to willfully put yourself in harm's way. That's not God's plan for you at all, like ever. So if there is something that you're in a relationship with a man, your husband, boyfriend, whatever, and he wants you to commit sins or put you in a harmful situation, that's not God's plan. And if you disobey him, I'm putting that in quotes, disobey him, you're not being disobedient to God. Plain and simple. And I think that's what Queen Vashti was doing. So she wanted out, and she found God allowed her to find that way out. He knew what was going to happen. He knew what was coming. He gave Vashti a way out. Plain and simple. Whatever you believe, God had orchestrated Vashti to leave. She saw her way out and she took it. So we have no idea what happens after. There's no mention of her ever again. So she was just probably banished to some part of the castle, because it was huge, some part of his kingdom. I mean, a vast kingdom. So she was probably just vanished and put up in a home somewhere else. And she just lived her merry life the rest of the way. But she lived her life. She stepped into what she wanted. She stepped into the role that God wanted for her. And, it's probably scary. She may not have had 100% certain that she wasn't going to die, but she did have God on her side. Plain and simple. And so she felt she was doing the right thing. So today I want to tell you, it's kind of a long way of telling you that you can be whatever you want to be. You can step into your light. You can shine. And I think I just froze. Crap. Okay. I don't know if I'm still going. I think I just froze and talked too long.